Howdy folks, Rob here. Just a quick update on the Stedi Type X Pros and also the Stedi ST3Ks, little 11.5 inch light bar, which I've installed to the Ranger here, as you can see. So I've got the full complement across the front now. The two Type X Pros here, one either side obviously, and then the 11.5 inch ST3Ks, one there and one just here. I'm not sure if you can see it, one there as well. Got the full cover set on them as well. I highly recommend it, just against stone chips and all that sort of thing, from trucks in front of you and that kind of thing. The glass on them is meant to be, military spec type glass. They can take a bullet apparently. I don't really want to find out the hard way if they can or not. Plus, as I'm sure you'd agree, the covers on these guys make them look pretty tough. You can get different variations, different colours of rings and things like that. I've stuck with the grey aluminium colour because obviously it matches the Ranger. But yeah, just a quick video. I've taken them out, had a go with them, and they are just phenomenal. It's like turning night into day. People say that all the time, but I'll put some video up at the end a bit further on in this video. Of the comparison between just normal headlights and then flicking the main lights on, and goodness me, I think you'll be amazed. So what I'll do is I'll pop the bonnet and give you a bit of a look at the wiring and all that sort of stuff inside. That way if you're looking to install them yourself, I might give you a bit better of an idea, maybe a bit more confidence to install it. The loom that comes with these is plug and play. It really is fantastic. Stedi have done a fantastic job of making this really easy to install. Couple of instructions to follow, things like that, but it's nothing hard. You don't need any crimping, you don't need any soldering, nothing. It's all ready to go. Yeah, so that's what we'll do. We'll crack open the bonnet and I'll give you a bit of a look inside at the wiring. Sweet. So as you can see with these Ford Rangers and a lot of other cars, obviously they put this plastic covering just over the top there to sort of cover the radiator and all that sort of thing. So I'll put a couple of quick shots up of what these lights look like on the front, a bit of a close-up for you while I take these off. Sweet. Alrighty folks, here we are at the battery of the Ford Ranger. Flip him over and you can see that I've come off this point here. Come around, follow that red line there to this fuse. It has a 35 amp fuse in it. You're going to need at least a 30. By the time you connect all four lights together, the amperage draw is quite significant. So you really want to be above what it needs. I think we worked it out to be about 28, something like that, amps. So we got a 35, chucked him in there, and happy days. The earth comes down from here in our loom, and the the relay is just here. So we've mounted that to the side of the chassis here, and that way you can just have the switch inside the cab. There's no need for anything funky to be going on with the electrics there. The switch controls the fuse, and so on and so on. From there, in the Ford Ranger here, due to all these other relays, it gets a little bit messy and a bit tight. So to get underneath here was quite difficult to get to the headlight, because with the loom you need to unplug your headlight, or your high beam, and then loop through using the adapter on the loom that Stedi provide into the loom, back into the headlight, the high beam. That sounds confusing, but it's not. It does make sense when you've got it in front of you, but to get in and underneath there to the back of the headlight was quite a mission, shall we say. from there, we've got the loom that then comes over here. It is quite a long loom. Now, I want to change this. I want to fix this up because you're not really supposed to just coil it because it creates heat and that sort of thing if you leave it active for a long time. So I'll probably end up undoing that and running it backwards and forwards a bit, so just so the heat from the loom dissipates a little bit easier. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend doing it that way, but run it along your chassis rail somewhere and you'll be totally fine. I just didn't do it because as the time when I was installing it, it was about 10 o'clock at night and I was a bit over it, and just did that until I decided to fix it. Alrighty, from there we have, you can see the loom here going across the top of the chassis rail, and then to this side here. Now we don't need to go into this headlight because we've already gone into the other one, so it's a matter of just connecting the loom through down here. There it is there. Again, all these are provided with the lights, all the connectors, the harness. It's already ready to go, plug and play. You don't need to join anything or solder anything, nothing like that. And then obviously that comes down through the grill to a connector here, and then that goes directly to the light. It's attached to the light, so you don't have to get in there and again solder or screw in anything, nothing like that. You just need to mount it obviously to the bull bar, but as for the wiring, you don't need to do anything of that sort. There's the one for the Type X Pro spot, that right here, and again that one there for this guy, and same again here. The little lead here is quite short, so we've ended up putting the connection just on the outside of the grill. It's not an issue or anything like that, it's all waterproof obviously, but just something to be wary of when you're going to do your loom cabling. Alright, and then obviously that goes back up. It's a very, very thick loom, you can see it here running along, and goes down obviously down the back, up through the firewall, into a switch, into the cab. Now I'm going to get onto Stedi and get one of their rocker switches, I think, just so it's branded, a little bit nicer. But yeah, that's essentially the wiring loom. Just a quick look at the actual install on the bull bar itself. I got the locking kit that you can get as an additional extra from Stedi. I figured I've spent that much money on these lights that hey, what's an extra few dollars going to be to stop people from stealing them? Because if anyone knows anything about lights, that they know that these lights are, you know, really up there, top level, top market shelf products. So by essentially what that means is, with the anti-theft kit, you get these bolts here, and as you can tell by the thread or the lock pattern on them, if I can get it to focus, there we go. It's got a specific specific key that you have to have to unlock it. Now that key, I've actually got one over here near my battery box. Looks like this. So they there lock into the side. So if you want to adjust them or anything like that, you take them off yourself. Now they only go a certain way as well, so you turn it around till it slots in. One more turn, there you go, you can see it slots in, and then you'd use a ratchet or a spanner from that point to undo them. Now I've put them on the tops here, one on each side. No one's stealing these unless they've got one of these. If they're walking around with one of these in their pocket and a spanner, then hey, I can't do any more than that. Mounting them to the actual bull bar, you can see down there there's a flat head. You can't really see it, to be honest. There it is. There's a bulb type bolt there that goes through obviously the bull bar here and here, and same again on this guy here and here, and they just have a nut underneath, obviously a locking nut underneath the bull bar to get up in there. Now with the ARB Summit bull bar, it's quite a mission. So as you can see, I've got the underbody protection as well, and obviously they've got their plates under there to stop dirt and all that sort of carry on getting up and under there. So it was quite a mission to get the bolt, get your hands up in there and actually put it all together, but we got there in the end. And obviously you have to drill through the actual bull bar to mount the ones on the side, because there's no pre-drilled holes. So yeah, that's essentially how it is. But yeah, to mount them is a bit of a mission, especially with this ARB Summit bull bar. But once they're in, it's worth the effort and the sweat and the naughty words you say as you're trying to do it. So yeah, next up will be the fog light from Stedi. I'll get them to put them in. Well, I'll put them in obviously, and I'll order them on and get them put in. Yeah, that's about it really for the install. Very, very easy. They're all hooked up on the same line, so when I hit the high beams, all four come on. By law, they have to be connected to a high beam circuit. I was tempted to maybe put these on a separate circuit for sides, because I'm using them as sort of roue lights, I guess. But no, I don't really want to break the law, and no, my luck, I'll get caught. So yeah, all on the high beam circuit, which is how it's supposed to be. So there you have it, folks. The Stedi ST3Ks on the side, Type X Pros in the middle, all ready, all rocking and rolling, all working. And what I'll do now is I'll show you some footage of some driving I did just out bush, about half an hour from here. And I think you'll agree that they're well worth the price once you see this next bit of footage. Thanks guys, that's about it from me today. Stedi ST3K 11.5 bar, Type X Pros. Are fantastic combinations, I think you'll agree from the footage you just saw. I'm very, very happy with them, and I can't wait to get little fog lights in as well into the summit bar here, and that'll complete the front end of the car, I think, until I get a winch put in. But that'll do for now. I might do an Oricom UHF install video. If you guys want it, let me know in the comments. It's the 4200 dual band, dual receive UHF, so you can listen to two channels at the same time. Really, really handy, I've found, and can't fault that either. But yeah, that'll do for today, and give it a like if you like the video, and subscribe and all that sort of stuff, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.